Hello to my friends at the Mount Vernon Democratic Committee. I'm glad to be joining you virtually for your October chapter meeting at a really important time, and I don't need to tell you how important it is. The election the year after a presidential election, always, to be blunt, makes me a little bit nervous because in a presidential year we'll have 65 to 70% turnout in Virginia. And then in the next year, where we have the governor and lieutenant governor and attorney general, and then all of the important delegate races, the turnout often drops really low. And I know what you're dedicated to at the Mount Vernon Committee is what I'm dedicated to, which is making sure we turn out our folks. Because Virginia is now a blue state if we turn our voters out, and that's what we have to be focused on. We've got really important race. We've got elect Terry McAuliffe as our governor, Hala Ayala as our lieutenant governor, and Mark Herring for a third term, nearly historic, as Attorney General, a great ticket that will continue to do great things and keep our progress going. And you also have 5 delegates races that touch upon Mount Vernon with some great incumbents and a brand newcomer who's going to do a great job. So I encourage you all to be strong in support of our Democratic ticket. The good news about Virginia is this: when the legislative houses both went Democratic in 2019, we've really floored it in terms of getting great progress. We've made it much easier for people to vote. We've raised the minimum wage. We've expressed support for the ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment. We've gone from the death penalty capital of the United States to an abolition state. We've been able to provide in-state tuition for dreamers and driver's licenses for all who can pass the driving test to show that they drive safely. All of these are in jeopardy if we lose either the statewide races or our House majority, and we need to keep our progress going. The great thing about this legislative majority, in my view, maybe their best achievement is making it easier to vote. Virginia was one of the states in the past where it was hardest to vote, but with just the change of the 2 houses, we've now embraced 45 days of no excuse early voting in person or by mail. And it's great because what we can do in Virginia is now vote one of 4 ways. You can vote early in person. You can vote early by mail. You can ask for your ballot by mail, but then return it in person if you're worried about the post office and you want to get the satisfaction of putting it right in the hands of election officials. Or you can show up on election day to vote. Democrats have utilized this 45 days of early voting, which makes it convenient for people to participate, to really see big margins of win last year in the presidential race and in Mark Warner's Senate race and in some of our House races. We've got to use these same techniques to get as many voters out as we can to win the races on November 2. So thank you for all the great work that you're doing. I look forward to being with you in an in-person ice cream social next year. But let's celebrate a big victory in November and then go on to keep building on the progress we've made. Thanks, Mount Vernon Dems, and to Maritza, the chair. I appreciate your asking me to make this quick video for your red group.